And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the beautiful Lions Den here on the campus of Westlake High School as we get ready to bring you more Peach State Classic action. We take a dip back into the girls bracket as we bring you this matchup featuring Westlake, the host, Lady Lions taking on Southwest Dekalb. This broadcast presented by Metro PCS, the official presenting sponsor of all Peach State Classic webcasts this year. As you can see, we're just seconds away from tip-off. Two storied girls basketball programs here in the state of Georgia. Two coaches who are very seasoned and productive throughout their entire career. So we've already tipped this one off. We'll see if they choose to tip it again or if they can decide who ball goes to. And it looks like they've made that decision. It will go over to Southwest DeKalb as they will inbound it. It'll be Casey Kelly set to toss it in. It's been a great Peach State Classic thus far. Have been some intriguing games as well as a great crowd on hand here to watch it. So we appreciate you joining us here on SUV TV for this webcast. Southwest DeKalb showing some nice patience here early on. Can expect some solid play from both of these squads. Westlake comes into the matchup without a blemish on their record thus far. Perfect 11-0. That's per Max Preps. So we're going to have a foul called here. Coach Richie Walden wanted to travel, but foul call is going to go against Southwest DeKalb, so it'll be their ball along the baseline. Trying to work inside, it's just short. Come the Lady Panthers the other way. It's going to be brought over by Diamond Porter. Porter going to stop and pop. Mid-range J, too strong off the glass, but two for a dollar sale on shot opportunities. Still no work. Nothing falling inside, but the offensive, or the second chance opportunities, I should say, on offense, definitely there that possession for Southwest DeKalb. Weight room move inside. No good on the bucket, but it will result in a trip to the free throw line for number 50 for Westlake, Andrea Howard. So Howard, the senior for Coach Hilda Hankerson, going to the free throw line for her first trip here in this matchup. Good to go on the free throw, so we've cracked the scoreboard code here so far as Howard puts us all on the board with that first free throw. Second one's on the way in, bounces around. Of course, she gets the home roll. They're at home here at the Lions Den. So a 2-0 ball game in favor of Westlake. From the Panthers the other way, getting on the good foot quickly. Earning a trip to the free throw line in the process there, Deasia Alexander. So Alexander getting the first trip to the free throw line for Southwest DeKalb, as well as their first point. And the junior's good on the second free throw as well. So 2-2 ball game. You hear a lot of commentators complain about free throw shooting. Sometimes how it's, they're not seeing people knock down as many free throws as they probably could and should. While we also know the importance of free throws, it's a lot easier to say that from off of the court as opposed to actually being in the game. But credit to both of these teams so far. They've started off sharply, nailing both free throw opportunities on each respective side as Howard continues the momentum. And Howard again knocking down both of those free throws, so she remains 100% from the free throw line. So we've got a 4-2 ball game in favor of Westlake. They're all getting involved on the defensive end as Howard gets it ahead. So we're going to have a foul that the Southwest Dekalb contingent does not like. There looked to be a little bit of contact on the play, but maybe not enough to warrant a foul. Also, it was somewhat late as well, as you can see the bookkeeper for Southwest Dekalb maybe stating that there was a little bit of a flopping action there on that play. But it'll be Westlake ball nonetheless. 4-2 ball game. Trying to work a little high-low action. They get it into Howard. Howard can't get the first one to go. Second opportunity pays off. As Howard brought her helmet and lunch pail to this one. She's already been able to put them on the board from the free throw line. There we see her getting the traditional deuce, making it a 6-2 ball game. Westlake continuing to push. Aya Thomas getting it to Howard. Howard, a little bit of spinach in there. Little off the mark on the shot. Strong rebound in the traffic by Alexander. She's fouled in the process. As I mentioned, Alexander, the junior guard, listed at 5'7", for SWD. As they currently trail by 4 here with 5 minutes, 30 seconds and counting left to play here in the first quarter. Appreciate you joining us here on SUV TV, joined by my camera crew, Miss Chantel Bailey, as well as Ryan White, bringing you the beautiful images that you see here at the Peach State Classic today. Still working it inside to Howard. She's no good on the shot. Panthers rebound. They've got numbers, but anticipated getting that ball and doing what she wanted to do with it, and a little bit too quickly for her own good there, as that travel going to be called there against Benefield. So ball back over to Westlake. They have a 4-point advantage. So far so good for the Lions here on their home court, but pardon the broadcaster's jinx there as they committed turnover the second I mentioned that. It's going to go back over to the Panthers, who have been in a little bit of an offensive doldrums here to start the game off. But it hasn't been because they've rushed shots. You know, their opening possession, a very patient one where they moved the ball around, got a lot of touches, really took their time. I think some of it has been just, you know, really giving credit to this Westlake defense. They've made things as difficult as possible here early on. Now the Panthers trying to work it inside. That's a good way to get things jump-started, as we see Benefield have a short memory on that traveling violation. She comes right back, gets the move to go in the post. So nice job by Michaela Benefield there to make it a 4-6 ball game. Panthers pull it to within 2. But not so fast, says Howard, as she gets another bucket. She's got all 8 points for Westlake so far here early on. So we're approaching the 3-minute mark. It's about 40 seconds away from it here in the first quarter. Tough shot along the baseline. Nice defense being played there by Westlake. We're going to have a jump ball scenario, as it was Marissa Cantrell there on the rebound initially. Fell to the ground, but still able to force the jump ball. Unfortunately for her, SWD is going to retain possession, so it'll be inbounded there along the baseline. Porter going to try a tray ball. Cash. Nice shot there by Porter. She'll make it 7-8 here in the first quarter. There's Cantrell. Nice ball movement there by Westlake. Good job of taking advantage there after said ball movement by number 5 for the Lions. And that is Angel Cooper for Westlake. Cooper makes it a 9-7 advantage. Cooper's second free throw on the way. Gets it to go. So the lead is 3 for Westlake here. Just over 3 minutes left to play. Nice pass. Doesn't result in the 2. So the Lions coming the other way. They'll push it. Wide open. They say hand down, man down. If the hand's nowhere around, then I guess you can assume the same. That's knocked down there by number 15 for Westlake. That's Charmesia Hoskins. Cantrell with the steal. Nice assist. And, of course, Andrielle Howard doing the rest. She's got her 10th point of the game. Already in double figures is Howard. 7-14 ball game. Off the mark on that shot. Howard is it in the hands of Cantrell. So far, things going the way Coach Hankerson's team has planned. And saying, let me get involved and in the mix as well there. Number 44 for Westlake. That was Francesca Brown. She makes it a 17-7 ball game. We'll take a short break. Appreciate you joining us here on this webcast presented by Metro PCS. At Metro PCS, get everything you want for $40, period. Unlimited data, talk, and text. Even the taxes are included on a blazing fast nationwide 4G LTE network. And you never sign an annual contract. Only at Metro PCS. Also, be sure to download The Ranks. It's Courtcred's newest app, which is focused on taking your voice as a fan, as a basketball player, or wherever side you lay in the audience, and being able to voice your opinion through their app, which allows you to rank players and join the discussion nationwide. We are back to the action out of the timeout. Southwest Dekalb coach Richie Walden wanted to talk things over as they try to weather this storm being put on by Westlake and led by the young lady who just grabbed that rebound, Andrielle Howard. As Howard continues to attack. It's going to be fouled on that play. Westlake to inbound. Weight room move inside. No good, though. Nice defense being played by SWD. They get it ahead. They've got numbers. 2-on-1. Porter drops it off. Shot won't go down there. Nice job of recovering by Westlake. It's going to be Lions ball going the other way. Had great games here at the Peach State Classic on both sides. Too easy inside as Howard seals the defender off. Nice entry pass there by her teammates, and she does what she's been doing all game, find a way to score the ball. From the free throw line, running the floor in the half-court setting. And a productive outing so far for Howard. And add another rebound to her total, but she's going to get called for the travel there. She just claps and shakes it off. Got to be positive out there on the floor, show good body language regardless, but it's a little bit easier to do when you've got 12-plus points and a few rebounds in the first half as SWD turns the ball over. So it's in the hands of Angel Cooper. So we're under the minute mark here in the first half. We'll see if Westlake will hold for the last shot or just take the best available one that comes open. Gonna have a 3 in the key called there. 44.7 left to play here in the first quarter. Casey Kelly with it up top. Kelly trying to use a screen, going to kick it out to Porter, knock down a three from that exact spot a couple minutes ago, and that's not deja vu. She just knocked down one from that same locale there, a much-needed one that'll cut this deficit to single digits and make it 19-10 as we approach the 22nd mark here in the first quarter. SWD tightening up the defense on the inside against Howard, and we're going to have a traveling violation. Give the Panthers credit. They responded well to this initial onslaught being put on by the Lions. They haven't panicked and compounded their problems that they've had here in the first quarter, but they've really settled down and have made the best adjustment you can make to a player that starts off hot, and that's tighten the defense up. But Howard comes away with another rebound. She'll push. And that will do it for the first quarter. We appreciate you joining us here on SUV TV. We'll take a short break. When we get back, we'll bring you more second quarter action from the Peach State Classic. And it looks like we are ready. Looks like we're ready to resume play here at the Peach State Classic. So we're going to have a foul go against Westlake. Offensive foul call. That'll send it the other way. And so far, for those that might just be joining us, a very, very impressive start to the game for number 50 for Westlake. Andrielle Howard scored the team's first 8 points. Already has 14 here in the first half. Cooper going to get over to Cantrell. Cantrell with the mid-range J. Ice cream. These Westlake guards doing a great job of not only setting the table and making sure they get it in the hands of Howard, milk the hot hand, but also stepping up and ready to contribute when the shot and the play makes sense. Nice job so far. Big reason why they have an 11-point advantage, but still plenty of time left for this Southwest Dekalb team, well coached by Coach Richie Walton. Working hard. The second part of that two-headed monster on the inside for Westlake. Francesca Brown. Very tough to contend with Brown and Howard on both the offensive and defensive glass. Can definitely create a headache for any opposing team. Now you got Howard up top, managing to somehow stay in front of the smaller Casey Kelly as well. Showing that versatility. Definitely not a player that's just relegated to the post area. Alexander trying to do a little post game herself. No good on that turnaround. Another rebound for Howard. She could easily end this first half with a double-double. So I have a jump ball called there. Looks like possession arrow is going to keep it with Southwest DeKalb. Substitution into the game. Number 33, Ashton Draper, having a seat will be number 32, Corey Bostic. Oh, nearly stolen there by Cooper. And had the steal, almost caught it in stride. If not for the clothesline there by Chance Cherry, that would have been a steal and a layup drill. And of course, Cherry wasn't going for an intentional clothesline, was really just trying to go from offense to defense and make sure that didn't turn into a fast break, as you see Cantrell get a breather for Westlake, but able to thwart that fast break attempt there was Cherry. But Westlake will have it after that foul call. It's 23-10. Mid-range J, no good. Long rebound, pulled in by Southwest Dekalb. Cherry over to Alexander. Alexander going to try to get it to the rack. Nice kick out, three-pointer on the way. No good. Another rebound for Howard. Howard, nobody's yelling wolf. The back tap by Cherry goes out of bounds. So that's going to bring it to a 10-23 ball game. 5 minutes, 24 seconds. Getting it inside again is Westlake. This time it's Raquel Williams. An abundance of resources on the inside for Coach Hilda Hankerson, as you've got Andrielle Howard, number 50, Francesca Brown, number 44, and then Raquel Williams getting in where she fits in as well, the 2017 post player, getting on the board herself, making it 25-10. That Panther turnover, not a good sign at all. You've had a Westlake team that has been close, as close to error-free as possible as you can get to start this game. So if you are the Panthers, you don't want to exacerbate the problem by committing turnovers. Easier said than done, I know, but still a key to this game if Southwest Dekalb was able to get back into it. They'll trail by 15, nearly stolen by Cherry. Back up top to Cooper, who would direct traffic and set it back up. You see some of the poise that has these Lady Lions undefeated. Cherry trying her best to create a turnover situation for the Panthers, and doesn't get the steal that she went for a couple times, but you have to recognize how her defensive pressure there on that possession was a big reason why Westlake was unable to score it. The ball was under duress that entire possession. Team effort, but a lot of that spearheaded there by number 10, Chance Cherry. So a great job by her there on that possession. As they try to climb their way out of this 15-point deficit, they've got 4 minutes to work with here in the first half. Cherry with it up top. Now she'll get it over. Here's Kelly. Back over to Alexander. Porter hasn't missed the three ball yet until that one. Had knocked down two on the opposite side of the court. Misses that one, but Southwest Dekalb getting a second chance opportunity. Strong take there by Chance Cherry. Knife through the lane, protecting the ball. Kudos on the job of protecting the ball there. She doesn't get that foul call if it's ripped away after that step through. So it's going to send the hard-playing Cherry to the free throw line. Good on the first. The more you can score without any time moving off the clock, the better. If you're Southwest Dekalb, we're still in the second quarter, so time not really an issue right now, but a free throw not only gives you a chance to get freebie points, but also slows down this Westlake attack and momentum, which has definitely had all flowing in his favor so far. So good on the second free throw as well. 13-point deficit faced by the Panthers. Howard wants the ball inside. Nice take right there, the reverse. Leaves it just short there, does Thomas. Tough foul going to go against Raquel Williams there. She tried to reach in and tie that one up, but at the point that the foul was called, it looked like she had both arms up, just trying to make that pass as difficult as possible. You see Coach Hilda Hankerson there. One of two storied, well-recognized coaches when it comes to girls basketball. Not only in Georgia, but also in the Southeast and throughout the country. Nice steal by Cantrell. Can't stay in bounds, but great hustle. Cantrell, class of 2016, so we'll be able to see her here in the Lions Den beyond just this year. Three-pointer, that's her side, and you can see why. Her third three-pointer of the game. Porter's timely shooting helping make sure that this 10, 12, 14-point lead that we've seen experienced by Westlake, she's a big reason why it hasn't been extended to the high teens or that 20-point mark. She's had some timely threes here in this first half. That last one making it 15-25. You see Chance Cherry there with it. She'll get it over to Porter. Porter up top. There's Bostic, recently checked back into the game, and Bostic throwing that turnover there. Saw her get kind of tied up with the footwork, throws it out of bounds, so ball back over to the Lions. It's Thomas and Westlake will have another opportunity to score here in the first half. Howard calling for the ball, but there was one of the few times you saw Westlake a little overzealous on trying to get the ball inside. There was no opening to get that ball to Howard there. I guess all's well that ends well as they were able to get the ball back off of that turnover. Coach Kathleen Ritchie-Walton over touching base with the official. You're not sure whether it's that specific play. Sometimes it's all about buying goodwill for the next play that may come around. So still all in the passing lanes. Here's Draper, loses it, drops it off, but Howard's right there to pick it up. Nice work right there between Howard and Francesca Brown. Now, we've talked about some of the post players here for Westlake. When you look at Howard, primarily in the post, but can do some on the wing as she's shown this game as well. But they do a great job of not only working inside, being able to get you rebounds, and make some of those blue-collar plays, but they also pass well, as we saw illustrated on that last play that got Howard to the free throw line. And Howard, when she's gotten to that charity stripe, she's taken full advantage of the charity. I believe she's only missed one free throw that went in and out. Outside of that, shooting it very well. You see another turnover forced on behalf of Westlake. Coach Hankerson still realizing that this is a team that is not going to go away quietly. So you got to keep the foot on the gas if you're Westlake. We're under the 2-minute mark here in the first half. Howard going to work. Layup drill on the inside. Howard a lot to contend with. Bostic somehow able to get all the way behind the defense, and you'll take that easy layup there if you're the Panthers. They pull it to within 12. But you cannot afford to trade baskets there. And Angel Cooper makes that one too easy inside. 17-31. Porter off the mark on that three. Cantrell over to Thomas. We will see if Westlake decides to hold for the last shot of the first half here. From Coach Hankerson and their squad, I would probably do that. We've really been in full control this entire first half, and it definitely would be even more demoralizing if you're able to kind of hold the remaining time left in this first half and possibly get a score at the end. As we approach 6 seconds, 5 seconds, they get it to Howard. Howard loses it. And trying to tie it up. Instead, she's going to pick up the foul. You see that happen a lot of times in high school ball, where a team will hold for the last shot, but for some reason, whether it's waiting too late to make the move or sometimes just good defense on behalf of the other team, you just don't see that hold for the last shot scenario pan out like the offense would like it to. But things definitely going to plan for Westlake here so far as they lead by 14. You're watching the Peach State Classic here on SUV TV. We'll be back after halftime.
Allowing you to search the footage for anything you'd like. Here we'll take a look at all 3-pointers that were made in the fourth quarter. All of your offensive and defensive sets can also be tagged, so you can view the appropriate clips and determine which plays are achieving the best results. You can add any clip to a playlist or highlight reel and share everything with your players or assistant coaches. Crossover will also provide you with all of the numbers from each game, including complete player stats for both teams and advanced metrics like these. We even take the shooting numbers a step further with an interactive shot chart that lets you visualize the data. Filter by player, quarter, makes or misses, and click on any shot to watch the corresponding video. Crossover Intelligence will keep you from spending hours in the film room and get you back to actually coaching. Together, we can turn smarter video into more wins for your team. That's the crossover effect. Crossover Intelligence for basketball can save you hours of time. We break down and stat your game film for you and act as your video coordinator by giving you searchable clips, advanced statistics, shot charts, and a lot of other great info that you can access from any PC or through our iPad application. Just upload your video through the Crossover website, and 24 hours later, your film will be completely indexed and tagged. Each play will become its own video clip, allowing you to search the footage for anything you'd like. Here we'll take a look at all 3-pointers that were made in the fourth quarter. All of your offensive and defensive sets can also be tagged, so you can view the appropriate clips and determine which plays are achieving the best results. You can add any clip to a playlist or highlight reel and share everything with your players or assistant coaches. Crossover will also provide you with all of the numbers from each game, including complete player stats for both teams and advanced metrics like these. We even take the shooting numbers a step further with an interactive shot chart that lets you visualize the data. Filter by player, quarter, makes or misses, and click on any shot to watch the corresponding video. Crossover Intelligence will keep you from spending hours in the film room and get you back to actually coaching. Together, we can turn smarter video into more wins for your team. That's the crossover effect. Crossover Intelligence for basketball can save you hours of time. We break down and stat your game film for you and act as your video coordinator by giving you searchable clips, advanced statistics, shot charts, and a lot of other great info that you can access from any PC or through our iPad application. Just upload your video through the Crossover website, and 24 hours later, your film will be completely indexed and tagged. Each play will become its own video clip, allowing you to search the footage for anything you'd like. Here we'll take a look at all 3-pointers that were made in the fourth quarter. All of your offensive and defensive sets can also be tagged, so you can view the appropriate clips and determine which plays are achieving the best results. You can add any clip to a playlist or highlight reel and share everything with your players or assistant coaches. Crossover will also provide you with all of the numbers from each game, including complete player stats for both teams and advanced metrics like these. We even take the shooting numbers a step further with an interactive shot chart that lets you visualize the data. Filter by player, quarter, makes or misses, and click on any shot to watch the corresponding video. Crossover Intelligence will keep you from spending hours in the film room and get you back to actually coaching. Together, we can turn smarter video into more wins for your team. That's the crossover effect. Crossover intelligence for basketball can save you hours of time. We break down and stat your game film for you and act as your video coordinator by giving you searchable clips, advanced statistics, shot charts, and a lot of other great info that you can access from any PC or through our iPad application. Just upload your video through the Crossover website, and 24 hours later, your film will be completely indexed and tagged. Each play will become its own video clip, allowing you to search the footage for anything you'd like. Here we'll take a look at all 3-pointers that were made in the fourth quarter. All of your offensive and defensive sets can also be tagged, so you can view the appropriate clips and determine which plays are achieving the best results. You can add any clip to a playlist or highlight reel and share everything with your players or assistant coaches. Crossover will also provide you with all of the numbers from each game, including complete player stats for both teams and advanced metrics like these. We even take the shooting numbers a step further with an interactive shot chart that lets you visualize the data. Filter by player, quarter, makes or misses, and click on any shot to watch the corresponding video. Crossover intelligence will keep you from spending hours in the film room and get you back to actually coaching. Together, we can turn smarter video into more wins for your team. That's the crossover effect. Crossover intelligence for basketball can save you hours of time. We break down and stat your game film for you and act as your video coordinator by giving you searchable clips, advanced statistics, shot charts, and a lot of other great info that you can access from any PC or through our iPad application. Just upload your video through the Crossover website, and 24 hours later, your film will be completely indexed and tagged. Each play will become its own video clip, allowing you to search the footage for anything you'd like. Here we'll take a look at all 3-pointers that were made in the fourth quarter. All of your offensive and defensive sets can also be tagged, so you can view the appropriate clips and determine which plays are achieving the best results. You can add any clip to a playlist or highlight reel and share everything with your players or assistant coaches. Crossover will also provide you with all of the numbers from each game, including complete player stats for both teams and advanced metrics like these. We even take the shooting numbers a step further with an interactive shot chart that lets you visualize the data. Filter by player, quarter, makes or misses, and click on any shot to watch the corresponding video. Crossover intelligence will keep you from spending hours in the film room and get you back to actually coaching. Together, we can turn smarter video into more wins for your team. That's the crossover effect. Crossover intelligence for basketball can save you hours of time. We break down and stat your game film for you and act as your video coordinator by giving you searchable clips, advanced statistics, shot charts, and a lot of other great info that you can access from any PC or through our iPad application. Just upload your video through the Crossover website, and 24 hours later, your film will be completely indexed and tagged. Each play will become its own video clip, allowing you to search the footage for anything you'd like. Here we'll take a look at all 3-pointers that were made in the fourth quarter. All of your offensive and defensive sets can also be tagged, so you can view the appropriate clips and determine which plays are achieving the best results. You can add any clip to a playlist or highlight reel and share everything with your players or assistant coaches. Crossover will also provide you with all of the numbers from each
And welcome back here to the Lions Den at Westlake High School. So get ready to jump back into Peach State Classic action. This is the third quarter. It's a 31-17 ball game. The hosts, Lions of Westlake, leading the Panthers of Southwest Dekalb. Again, we see that high-low action being used by Westlake, but we see a different result that we didn't really see in the first half, as that shot was blocked. And Rio Howard there, number 50 on your screen, had a productive first half to say the least. Scored how she wanted and when she wanted. Southwest DeKalb, if their first possession is any indication, things will not be as easy here in the second half. Cooper able to retain possession. The up and under scoop shot, no good. But the Lions will get another crack at it as they get it in the hands of Cantrell over to Cooper. Howard's calling for it. Shot can't go. So still fairly early, but nice adjustments being made by Southwest DeKalb on the defensive end there, those first two possessions. The backdoor cut, nice pass. It'll roll around and go now. Score that one for Ashton Draper. Nice work there, and Coach Hilda Hankerson not happy about something. She's going to call a timeout. I think when you look at Westlake, they had the momentum early on, and it really took Southwest DeKalb a long time in that first half just to get anywhere near comfortable. And we've seen that level of comfort totally flip-flop as far as how this second half has started. Southwest DeKalb, they came out, two very good defensive possessions against Henrielle Howard. Then they go and on the offensive end, run the most fluent play that we've seen them really do this entire game. So Coach Hankerson wanted to make sure she got that early timed out, really nipped things in the bud. Because a big part of this Westlake momentum, it started very early on, and she does not want to see Southwest DeKalb reverse that trend, and they definitely did to really start this second half, but they still have a 12-point advantage. Does Westlake. Cantrell gets it on the elbow to Howard. Howard attacks. That shot partially blocked, but she's got reinforcements in the form of Francesca Brown. As Brown pushes the lead back to 14. Howard might have had the highest numbers there in the first half, but make no mistake, Francesca Brown with a solid first half as well. Then you got Rakia Williams, who came off the bench for Westlake and provided a spark in the post also. So plenty of wing/post players that help Coach Hankerson and these Westlake Lions have the lead that they have. Great defense there by Porter. She went in, stripped that ball away. They're going to say she knocked it out of bounds last, but really from this angle, it looked like she might have knocked it off of the leg of Cantrell. But maybe a little bit of contact on the play, so I like how the official kind of let the contact go. But it was still Westlake ball as we see Howard attacking on the inside, going to the free throw line. As long as it's consistent, I'm always an advocate for the officials kind of letting a little bit of the contact go. Of course, that's within reason. While basketball is a contact sport, it's not football. It shouldn't be played as such. But as long as there's consistency on both sides, I tend to be a fan of letting them play a little bit. And you got two well-coached teams here that play hard and are playing the game the right way anyway. So I think it's even more conducive to that style of play when you're officiating. And another small benefit is that everybody kind of gets to get out of here a little bit earlier than when the whistles abound and every other play is a trip to the free throw line. Haven't had any of that so far here at the Peach State Classic. So it's been a good job by all the officials as we see the work inside paying off. Give me the two, I'll go to the line to get the one. There's Michaela Benefield. You've seen Benefield and her teammates really step up the effort inside on defending Howard. Here she gets a chance for the three-point play the hard way to have some of that impact on the offensive end as well. She'll make it a 12-point game. Here just over 5 minutes left in the third quarter. We'll see if they give her the and one. Yes, a little bit of continuation there. But Howard continuing to go to work. And that's the thing. You give Southwest DeKalb credit for, making things tougher for her here, to start this second half. But you're still going to get waves of Howard throughout this entire game. So it's one thing to have a sequence where you're able to stop her from scoring or getting to the free throw line for a couple plays, but to have to do that for an entire second half, very daunting task for any team. We'll see how Southwest DeKalb responds as we continue on here in third quarter play. Going to call that one on the floor. Looks like that one's going to go against Ashton Draper. And there you just see the pressure that Howard puts on a defense. If she's not scoring, she's making you defend her. And those fouls, while they didn't equate to direct points for Westlake, that's still 3-team fouls so far here early in the third quarter against Southwest DeKalb. So you can easily see a situation to where that team is in the penalty with the majority of the second half left to play. Things you got to factor in then, to make matters worse. Howard is shooting a high percentage from the free throw line also, so it's not really a hack-a-shack or an instance to where you can really send a post player to the free throw line and expect them to split a pair or miss. Howard's going to get called for a foul here. She disagrees. Definitely some contact there on the play. I believe Westlake wanted the travel. Instead, the officials made the right call on the contact that influenced it. It's going to send number 12, Jada Walton, to the free throw line. The lefty's good on the first free throw. Second free throw good to go for Walton. She'll bring SWD to within 12. Knifing through, slicing and dicing. Wes Cooper, she missed it, but give me that, says Howard. And the official stops play there as he thought Benefield was a little shaken up. Benefield still holding her arm, but also so Cherry checks back into the game for Southwest. Benefield is going to have a seat. Was holding that arm, but was trying her best to not show too much so that she could stay on the floor. Didn't want to come out there, but she's going to sit for a second. They make sure she's okay. Alexander wrestles that rebound away from Howard. Nice play there by Alexander. Gets it in the hands of Porter. Porter spinning along the baseline, able to avoid Cantrell. Oh, had a nice free throw line jumper coming open for Alexander. She loses it, but Cooper returns the favor behind the back end. The runner off the mark there. Now it's in the hands of Cooper for Westlake. Westlake Lions. Nice defense there by Porter. You saw Brown trying to make the spin move there in the post, and before she could do it, Porter says, I'll take that. As Howard's still in the backcourt, looked like she might be cramping up a little bit, judging by her grabbing that leg and kind of stretching. Offensive rebound and the turnaround. Alexander, she's shown that proficiency in that mid-range area. So far, maybe not as much as the Panther fans would like, but continuing to fight, and there again, we see Howard earning a trip to the free throw line, and Like I said, you can see her grabbing that toe and stretching it out. So trying to be proactive on making sure that cramp doesn't get to a point to where she has to come out of the game. As we've all seen, once that cramp gets to a point where it locks, you can make millions or have people that make millions tending to you, but there's nothing you can do but try to ride that cramp out. Saw that with LeBron James in last year's NBA Finals. A lot of people criticize him for not being able to get back out there with that cramp. I don't think those people have ever had that full leg lock up with a cramp. It's not much you can do. I don't care how much heart you have. All you can do is get it out. And it's like Coach Hankerson's going to get Howard out of the game. Get her hydrated. First thing they hand her, bottle of Gatorade to get right. So they've built a nice little cushion to where they've got some buffer. Coach Hankerson's going to send another substitution in. Looks like that's going to be number 30. That's Thomas. Thomas checks in. And number 15 for Westlake. Hoskins checks out. Unable to get the three-point play there, but still has the deuce. Going to try to get three from the perimeter there. Did Walton. You can't say it enough. I mentioned this in the first half. You have to give this Southwest DeKalb team credit for how they've kept their composure. They haven't panicked. They haven't tried to get the whole deficit back at once. They've really just chipped away trying to keep themselves within striking distance. And that has to reflect Coach Kathleen Ritchie Walton. And I think a lot of times you can tell how players handle certain situations. You know, it's a reflection of the coach. Coaches can only do so much. The players have to get out there and play, but you know, everything from culture to mannerisms to how certain situations are handled. Often a big correlation between the coaching and the product out there on the floor. So 29-38. Westlake still leads, but definitely not the same level of momentum that they experienced in the first half. That ball's knocked away there and finished on the other end. Jada Walton making some big plays here. She was the one that stripped it away on one end, goes and finishes on the other end. She brings Southwest DeKalb to within 7. Walton, a 2017 player here for Southwest DeKalb as they force another turnover. They get the ball back. They only trail by 7. It's a single-digit lead for Westlake. Andrea Howard back into the game for the Lions. Knew her departure or her stint out of the game would not be a very long one. Momentum, Uncle Mo in favor. We're on the side of Southwest DeKalb here. And getting a trip to the free throw line is going to be Deja Alexander. Coach Hankerson wants a timeout. It's a prime example of why you play the game. There are so many different sequences and runs that can take place during a game that you got to be able to weather the storm. That was what Southwest DeKalb was able to do, and they're not in the driver's seat, but they've definitely got a hand on it, looking to change things up. They've rode shotgun for the majority of this game, but we could see them take the wheel. We'll see how they respond out of this timeout. At Metro PCS, get everything you want for $40, period. Unlimited data, talk, and text. Even the taxes are included on a blazing fast nationwide 4G LTE network. And you never sign an annual contract. Only at Metro PCS. Also, a special shout out to The Ranks, powered by CourtCred.com. It is an app that allows you to voice your opinion on where you think high school players should be ranked, who's underrated, who has a chance to be one and done and really exceed expectations, you can join and shape that conversation by downloading The Ranks, the new app powered by CourtCred.com. So 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Deja Alexander of Southwest Dekalb at the free throw line with a chance to cut this 7-point deficit to as low as 5. Alexander can't get the free throw to go, not happy about it. The Southwest DeKalb team has shown enough composure to stay in striking distance, know their run was coming. Can't convert on either of the free throws, so lead still 7 for Westlake. Cooper will bring it across. It's over to Cantrell. Cantrell to Howard. Howard, a lot of traffic in there. Misses the shot. Alexander with the rebound. Nice job of handling the pressure. She'll get it ahead. There's Benefield. Benefield willing and dealing inside. Misses the first shot. Was going after the second, but she'll be fouled and sent to the free throw line. Michaela Benefield showing a little bit of the versatility. Not only running the floor, but able to be a little slippery there. And go to the charity stripe with another chance to make it a 5-point game. Can't get the first free throw to go. A lot of things to give Southwest DeKalb credit for, but they don't want to look back at this game and say, you know what, we had that stretch where we went 0 of 4 or 0 of whatever from the free throw line and really kind of missed out on some opportunities to really close the gap. They force a turnover. The game is ripe for the taking right now for the Panthers. Coach Henderson is going to send another sub in. Touch base with Francesca Brown there. As the Lions trying to regain some of that edge that they've had throughout. They lead by 7, but all things have pointed towards the Southwest DeKalb resurgence here in this game. Walton, she's had a big third quarter, and she's not done yet, trying to make it even bigger as that triple makes it 34-38. Nice drop off there by Howard. Unfortunately, Westlake can't convert. 4-point game. That pass intended for Walton, but it will go out of bounds. Walton is closest to a hot hand, as you'll find out there on the court right now for SWD. They've tried to get it to her there. Left it just behind her. So it was turned over as we approach the minute mark here in the third quarter. Cantrell with it. Nice work inside. And it finally pays off. That's number 11, Taylor Hosendove. So another player for Coach Hagerson that can come in and get you some points on the block. 40-34. Three-pointer from the corner. No good. Long rebound. Here's Cooper. Cooper left a lot of air under that pass. It's going to be stolen by Casey Kelly. Kelly on the other end. Left it just short. Cantrell's going to pull it out of there. Cross-court pass over to Cooper. Hosendove trying to make it 2 straight buckets. She misses, and Riel Howard does not. As we still see the cramps giving her trouble there. As she locked up as soon as she scored that last bucket. So a couple things to be determined. How serious of a cramp issue that will be for the leg of Andriel Howard, as well as whether or not Southwest DeKalb can continue pushing forward and close this gap. You're watching SUV TV, the Peach State Classic. We'll be back here shortly. And welcome back here to the Lions Den as we're about ready to start fourth quarter action. You can see the Westlake coaching and training staff trying to get Andrea Howard taken care of in terms of the cramp she experienced. It started early in the third quarter. She's tried to shake it off and play through it, but just as she finished a play there to end the third quarter, it really locked up. So not even able to make it over to the team huddle. On the other side, she spent her time making sure she got that cramp out and was ready for action. So we will see the results of their work in that area. Southwest Dekalb will have the ball. Up top, it's Alexander, guarded by Cooper. Kelly trying to force that one inside to Benefield. It's going to be stolen. Cooper coming the other way. Nice timing there, good awareness. Let the defense, two defenders, flow right by her and able to lay that one in easily. So it's back to a 10-point advantage for Westlake. A lot of contact there. Porter with it. Nice bounce pass. Shot off the mark. Benefield gets the rebound, and she's going to be fouled. Foul going to go against Hosendove. And more credit for SWD. To really start this third quarter, they had 3 team fouls to just 1 for Westlake, and it really looked like they were going to have Westlake shooting free throws and a penalty very early. Since then, we look at the team foul count now. It's 18 fouls against Westlake, only 4 team fouls against Southwest DeKalb. So they've done a good job of playing defense without fouling, but also getting themselves in a position to where they can shoot from the free throw line for a good portion of this fourth quarter. As they try to climb back into this game, we see a couple substitutions. Back in for SWD, number 10, that's Chance Cherry. As Westlake will bring it up, Cherry, she's guarding the ball. You want to keep your eye on her. She can wreak havoc on the defensive end. Cooper, she's had some steady play to really help Westlake regain their advantage. She continues it with a nice little pull-up J there. Angel Cooper. Playing very well here late in the game. Coach Kathleen Ritchie-Walton, head coach here at Southwest DeKalb, a program as well as a coaching career that has seen plenty of accolades, to say the least. None of those accolades really mattering to coach right now, as you see her completely focused on trying to get this W. That's how great coaches have great records, focusing on the task at hand. That being her Panthers trying to climb out of this gap. They did a great job of pulling to as close as 4. But again, some solid play by Angel Cooper, and the ability of Westlake to bend but not break. Big reason why they still lead by 10 here with 6 minutes, 48 seconds left to play here in the fourth quarter. Here's Tierra Boykins. Nearly has that one stolen. Hosendove uses those long arms to bring it in. And we're going to have a traveling violation go against Westlake. Hosendove going to have a seat. Here's Jada Walton, 2017 wing, who made some key plays in that run made by Southwest to get back in the game and really threaten to tie this thing up. Cherry back up top to Walton. Alexander with the baseline drive, leaves it just short. Fights hard to get another opportunity at it, but it is in the hands of Howard. Howard wraps that ball up and makes sure that not even a jump ball is an option. So we're going to have a foul go against Southwest. Howard playing through the cramp issues there in her calves and continuing what's been a strong game, even though she's cooled off relatively speaking. as that's going to be a violation. There was no score there on that last possession, so Tierra Boykins not able to run along the baseline there like she tried to. So ball back over to SWD. Bounce pass inside. It's going to be finished. Ashton Draper. Draper will make it 38-46. 38-46 ball game. 6 minutes, 1 second left to play. What's already been a great Peach State Classic crowd continues to get better as we've got the Lady Lions on the court now. Our next game will feature the boys team taking on Tri-Cities. So a lot of buzz and intensity in this game, but it will only continue on that same path next game as Westlake goes up against Tri-Cities. Imagine you'll have a few fans over from that Tri-Cities area as well, not very far at all, so should make for a very festive atmosphere at the Lions Den. Westlake gets it up ahead. Brown gets it to Howard. Howard working inside. Sorry, that was Thomas. Thomas on that shot attempt. It's number 20, Marissa Cantrell, checks back into the game for Westlake. Having a seat is Thomas. Walden trying to drive. We'll see who the foul goes against. Cantrell reached in. Not sure if they got it on Brown as well. Looks like it is going to go against Cantrell. Cantrell was a player that really helped Westlake get going early when Henrielle Howard was really in beast mode scoring. It was Cantrell that was making sure she got the ball to her. She gets a little tidbit there from head coach Hilda Hankerson. Back to the action. That first free throw was good there for Walton. And the southpaw cannot get the second one to go down. Another rebound for Howard. Cooper gets it up ahead to Brown. Brown trying to force that one into Howard, and it's going to be knocked around. Little pinball action there. It'll be last touch by Southwest Dekalb. So Westlake will keep it. They'll inbound there along the baseline. Cooper been a very stabilizing presence for Westlake here in the second half. As Southwest Dekalb going to be called for the foul there. Fouled Howard on the entry pass. So both teams are in the penalty now. That is the 17th foul against Southwest Dekalb. So that's going to send Westlake to the free throw line from here on out. 1-1. Double bonus situation on the flip side with Westlake already committing 10 team fouls. So Southwest Dekalb will be shooting 2 the rest of the way. Howard misses the first free throw. Tries to save it and just steps out of bounds. She's able to keep that foot in bounds, and that would have been an easy layup there for Brown. Nice hustle there by Howard. Angel Cooper with the steal. (39-46). Ball poked away. That foul going to go against Howard or Brown. They do rule Brown with the foul violation, so we're going to be shooting free throws from here on out on both sides. 4 minutes, 42 seconds left. So this could be one of those 4-minute stretches that feels like 40. There's plenty of free throws to be shot. Count the first free throw. Michaela Benefield. Second free throw on the way. That's off the back of the rim. Howard, another rebound. Gets it over to Cooper. Back to Howard. It is a 6-point game. Westlake will now have to toe the line and find a happy medium between killing a little bit of clock, but also not playing stall ball and taking the air out of the basketball to the point where you can't get points. They get it over to Hosendove, and she's going to be fouled. And that's a great job of sealing the defender off by Hosendove, but also great recognition there by Cantrell. Cantrell threw that pass across court, but really able to recognize the situation there. With Hosengrove really having the defender totally pinned off. Those are the type of plays Marissa Cantrell has been able to make throughout this game. With a lot of frequency there in the first half, and Angel Cooper, number 5 for Westlake, has been able to bridge the gap and pick up where she's left off throughout the game. So if Westlake is able to hold on to this one, their guard play will be a big reason why. Holsgrove gets the rebound, throws it out up top. Now Boykins has it, and Boykins going to be fouled. That'll send the senior Tierra Boykins to the free throw line. Back into the game for Westlake, number 44, Francesca Brown. As Brown knocks down the first free throw. Four minutes, 5 seconds left to play in the game. Brown's second free throw on the way. Bounces around, won't go, but Howard rebounding in all the traffic. Southwest DeKalb able to force the jump ball, but it will stay with Westlake, and that's just been a prime example of what Howard has been able to do. Even when she's not necessarily putting the ball in the hole, she just creates a ton of problems for the teams that she plays against, whether it's rebounding the ball, whether it's drawing fouls to be able to get your team in the penalty, or just flat out being able to score. That's what she's done, and we've got some sort of discrepancy that the officials are touching base with. I think there was some sort of confusion on where the possession arrow was supposed to go to. Coach Kathleen Ritchie-Walton asked for an explanation. The officials have given it, and it is back over to Westlake as they lead by 7. Just under 4 minutes left. Nearly a 5-second violation there. Tierra Boykin tries to force that one inside. One of the rare mistakes we've seen Boykin make here in the second half. Benefield over to Alexander. Here's Kelly going to take the deep 2. No good on the shot. That ball is going to go out of bounds. I believe it was last touched by Howard from my vantage point. And Coach Kathleen Ritchie-Walton, all she can do is throw her hands in the air there. Not happy with the fact that that call went towards Westlake, but she threw the hands up. Now she's on, focusing on the next play. Coaching her players on. That was easy to see. That was last touch by Howard, but it's much easier from where we're at versus having to be the official right there in the thick of it, having to make the call on a bang-bang play. It's happening a lot quicker from where those guys are standing at. So they get it in. Here's Cantrell. 7-point advantage for the Lions. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to play in the ball game. SWD forces a steal. And that ball going to go off the leg of Cantrell. If you're Southwest DeKalb, the name of the game is now giving yourself good shots on goal to give yourself a chance to win this game. Turnovers have to be eliminated. You're almost better taking a shot trying to really go for the gusto then turn it over. At least that has a shot of going in, you being fouled, or an offensive rebound. But for turnovers, they can do nothing. As we see the Westlake defense cranked up there. Cooper's all over. You got Brown in the mix. And Rio Howard came up with a big block there on that possession. I think both of these teams has really shown why they both deserve a ton of credit here throughout this game. You had the great start by Westlake. You had Southwest Dekalb taking those punches, rolling with them, never panicking, making sure they still had a shot to win this game. But then you've seen Westlake respond when they've needed to make sure that the game didn't go over to SWD. But we got 3 minutes, 19 seconds left, so this game still to be decided. Plenty of time left. Special shout out to Metro PCS. At Metro PCS, get everything you want for $40, period. Even the taxes are included. And a special shout out to the Ranks, Corcoran's new app. It allows you to not only have your conversation when it comes to basketball, who's underrated, who you think deserves more credit, more attention, but you have an app now where you can voice that opinion and really have it be heard. Be sure to download the Ranks, presented by Corcoran. Marcus Burnett here on SUV TV. Appreciate you joining us here on the Peach State Classic. The first 2 games were called by Joel Hilsman. Be sure to check the archives for those. We had a very good game between Southwest Atlanta Christian Academy and Douglas County, one in which Douglas County was victorious. Very nice team game, but some nice individual battles from Santasia Faust of Douglas County, as well as Tamia Butler of Southwest Atlanta Christian. And that game followed up with a victory for the Lithonia boys basketball team as they were able to defeat Heritage out of Conyers. And here we are in game 3, webcast number 3. And it's Westlake with a 7-point advantage over Southwest. Angel Cooper misses that first free throw. One of her rare mishaps here in the second half. Talked about Westlake's ability to bend but not break and make sure they still kept the lead. Cooper was a large reason. It wasn't done. She was able to get some key buckets, but it wasn't so much her scoring as it was just her presence on the floor and making sure things didn't fall apart when it looked like SWD was threatening to make sure they did. See Walton out there directing traffic. She's guarded by Cantrell. Going to put it on the deck, lay it up. She'll be fouled there. I believe that's going to go against Brown. So that's going to send the class of 2017 versatile player Jada Walton to the free throw line. Good on the first free throw. Second free throw on the way. Count that one as well. So now we got a 6-point game thanks to Jada Walton at the free throw line. Southwest Dekalb gets a steal. They kick it over. Three-pointer on the way. That one is off the mark. But possession arrow is going to, well, not possession arrow, the possession will stay with Southwest Dekalb. Last touched by Westlake. So 3 minutes on the dot left to play in the game. That last steal was made by Alexander. Going to get another look at three-pointer, and she cashes it in. There, number 23, that's Jamila Mitchell. You know, I was wondering why, her first shot missed very badly. And I was wondering why, I looked at the coaching staff for Southwest Dekalb, and I didn't really see nothing about their body language said, why is she taking that shot? Or, oh my God, did she just take that shot? So what they really told me was that Mitchell, has shown her proficiency to this coaching staff and ability to knock down that three-pointer. And for anybody that had a question after they saw that first three-pointer, she comes right back and knocks down a big one to pull them to within 3. And they can make it, it's already a one-possession game, but they can pull even closer with Michaela Benefield at the free throw line. She pulls them to within 2. She can bring them to within one with this second free throw. 2 minutes, 46 seconds left to play here in this game. Benefield, second free throw on the way. She splits the pair. That's going to be last touched by Westlake. The ball bouncing the way of the Panthers here over the past couple minutes. As you see the bench, their contingent that's made the trip over from DeKalb County. Everybody's getting into it, as they sense this team that has had to work so hard this entire game really being able to see some potential light at the end of the tunnel. Some Westlake fans are here and not happy. That Southwest DeKalb bench is all smiles there. You got to feel like momentum is on their side. They trail now, but Uncle Mo is definitely rolling with them right now, as it is 47 to 48. We've got a timeout called by Coach Hilda Hankerson and the Lions. This has been a great ball game. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we get back, we'll bring you the final 2 minutes, 44 seconds of this one. Westlake versus Southwest DeKalb here at the Peach State Classic. And we are back from the timeout. It's Michaela Benefield at the free throw line. Second one on the way. No good on that one. Long rebound. Jada Walton picks up the pieces, as it seems like the ball has stayed on this side of the court for the past 10 minutes. But nice defense there. Hosengrove along the baseline. She gets a block. And now it's going to be Westlake's turn to go to the free throw line and see what they can knock down, as it is 47 to 48. 2 minutes, 33 seconds left to play. You look at Coach Hankerson trying to make sure this game does not slip away. Done a good job coaching, but at the end of the day, the players have to play it out. And Tierra Boykin is at the free throw line looking to do just that, as she pushes the lead back to 2 points. Boykin, a senior guard here for Westlake, and she splits the pair of free throws. It's going to be out of bounds, and it'll be last touched by Howard. I mentioned how when Southwest DeKalb started the second half, they did a great job of really making things hard for Howard, but how tough it would be to do it throughout the course of the entire half. So far, they've done that, but they need some of these little breaks to go their way. They turned the ball over right there, as we're approaching the 2 minute mark. 2:17 left to play exactly. Sounded like Southwest DeKalb wanted 3 in the key to be called there. A lot of blue in the paint for a long time there, but nonetheless, it's a bucket for Westlake. Easy layup drill, though, on the other end by Draper. It's now 51 to 49. Westlake still leads. Brown out top to Boykin. Howard wants the ball inside. She's got Draper on her. We'll see if they get Cantrell away from that side. Risky pass over to Hosengrove. That's been the second time Hosengrove's long arms have really bailed a Westlake guard out as far as a risky pass. Thank goodness if you're SWD for the fingertips there of Ashton Draper, as that she was the only thing that stood between a Hosengrove layup. Catching it, coming down with it was Howard. She missed the first one, wrestles the second one away, has that one partially blocked, but they continue to fight. Waves on the boards. That one's going to be scored there. Francesca Brown. The question of what Brown can do for you has been answered several times throughout this game, and that play was another example. We're going to have a lot of contact there. It looks like a tough collision. there between Amrielle Howard and Michaela Benefield. Coach Kathleen Ritchie Walton is out there to check on her player. As you can see the contact there. So not sure exactly where the collision happened. You don't like to see collisions, period, but you definitely don't like to see ones that involve the head areas. And with the way that Benefield is down, all we can do is kind of wait for a report and hope that all is well. So as the Southwest Dekalb coaching staff is making sure the officials know it's not time to start play yet. So we're going to take a short break while we figure out exactly what's going on here. You're watching the Peach State Classic here on SUV TV.
including complete player stats for both teams and advanced metrics like these. We even take the shooting numbers a step further with an interactive shot chart that lets you visualize the data. Filter by player, quarter, makes or misses, and click on any shot to watch the corresponding video. Crossover intelligence will keep you from spending hours in the film room and get you back to actually coaching. Together, we can turn smarter video into more wins for your team. That's the crossover effect. Crossover intelligence for basketball can save you hours of time. We break down and stat your game film for you and act as your video coordinator by giving you searchable clips, advanced statistics, shot charts, and a lot of other great info that you can access from any PC or through our iPad application. Just upload your video through the Crossover website, and 24 hours later, your film will be completely indexed and tagged. Each play will become its own video clip, allowing you to search the footage for anything you'd like. Here we'll take a look at all 3-pointers that were made in the fourth quarter. All of your offensive and defensive sets can also be tagged, so you can view the appropriate clips and determine which plays are achieving the best results. You can add any clip to a playlist or highlight reel and share everything with your players or assistant coaches. Crossover will also provide you with all of the numbers from each game, including complete player stats for both teams and advanced metrics like these. We even take the shooting numbers a step further with an interactive shot chart that lets you visualize the data. Filter by player, quarter, makes or misses, and click on any shot to watch the corresponding video. Crossover intelligence will keep you from spending hours in the film room and get you back to actually coaching. Together, we can turn smarter video into more wins for your team. That's the crossover effect. Crossover intelligence for basketball can save you hours of time. We break down and stat your game film for you and act as your video coordinator by giving you searchable clips, advanced statistics, shot charts, and a lot of other great info that you can access from any PC or through our iPad application. Just upload your video through the Crossover website, and 24 hours later, your film will be completely indexed and tagged. Each play will become its own video clip, allowing you to search the footage for anything you'd like. Here we'll take a look at all 3-pointers that were made in the fourth quarter. All of your offensive and defensive sets can also be tagged, so you can view the appropriate clips and determine which plays are achieving the best results. You can add any clip to a playlist or highlight reel and share everything with your players or assistant coaches. Crossover will also provide you with all of the numbers from each game, including complete player stats for both teams and advanced metrics like these. We even take the shooting numbers a step further with an interactive shot chart that lets you visualize the data. Filter by player, quarter, makes or misses, and click on any shot to watch the corresponding video. Crossover intelligence will keep you from spending hours in the film room and get you back to actually coaching. Together, we can turn smarter video into more wins for your team. That's the crossover effect. Crossover intelligence for basketball can save you hours of time. We break down and stat your game film for you and act as your video coordinator by giving you searchable clips, advanced statistics, shot charts, and a lot of other great info that you can access from any PC or through our iPad application. Just upload your video through the Crossover website, and 24 hours later, your film will be completely indexed and tagged. Each play will become its own video clip, allowing you to search the footage for anything you'd like. Here we'll take a look at all 3-pointers that were made in the fourth quarter. All of your offensive and defensive sets can also be tagged, so you can view the appropriate clips and determine which plays are achieving the best results. You can add any clip to a playlist or highlight reel and share everything with your players or assistant coaches.
The reason I do it is because for YouTube, a lot of times, even though it's background music that I might not even be playing to the broadcast, sometimes they'll flag it for copyrighted content. So if I'm not talking, I just go ahead and cut it all the way down. I got a little message telling them, we'll be back shortly.
they wouldn't let me down there. So
Was it something? Was it a head injury?
I'm not sure. I know she's conscious because they're talking to her, but I'm not sure what's really going
Did
on.
she hit her head on the ground or on the bleacher?
Honestly, I don't think she hit her head at all. I think it's when her and the girl collided. I think she, like, her head got her shoulder. But the other girl is like, she ain't be in the weight room as much as the football player. So when you hit that, you lost that one.
Okay. Thanks. You got wind knocked out of her, that's all.
Have you ever eaten at this place called Seafoodlicious in Savannah?
It's right across the street from my school.
Yeah.
I never ate there, but I have a lot of people telling me, you got to get the low country boil.
Yeah, that's exactly do. I love that.
I never had it before. The only thing I had from there was their I want to say barbecue shrimp. I probably only had like 2 pieces. Their barbecue and buffalo shrimp. Only had like a few pieces of them. They're all right, but I never had anything. I never really ordered off the menu from there. It was just an offer from a friend. They were like, "Yo, try some of the shrimp out." So,
Yeah, man, I love low country boy. I didn't even know it existed until I'm from Indiana originally. I moved to Atlanta about 8 years ago, and some of my softball buddies, man, we were just getting something to eat, and they put sausage, shrimp, potatoes, corn on the cob, and I think they had one other thing. They put it in that boil, man. It tasted so good, man.
I never had it before. I heard it was good. I just never had it before. It's right smack dab across from the street from campus. That's like one of the hot spots. Either that or overtime.
I can't find it anywhere in Atlanta. I mean, there's some places that do a boil, but it's not really.
You gotta get it from the source. Like you have to go to a city that's right there on the coast or right there near some type of body of water. So you're only gonna find it right there in the what they say, the low country right there.
Yeah.
So I heard the best low country boil is them and Tubby's. Tubby's Seafood Restaurant downtown off of River Street.
Okay.
And Tubby's, I never ate there before, but it's like a Piccadilly of seafood down there.
Okay.
There's another game after this?
Yeah, one more.
Okay.
You still gonna have a ride come or you need me to drop you off?
I can call and see if my ride can come get me.
It's up to you, man. Like I said, I don't mind. I'm going to Stone Mountain too, man.
Okay.
It's the least I can do since you was kind of inconvenienced with me being late earlier, man.
Somebody else coming for the next game, or is it still going to be us 3?
Just us 3.
Okay.
My wife Lisa, she normally runs production, but I had to just have her do some rest today, man. We did like 15 tournaments in December. Last week was ridiculous, man.
Now you said y'all go all over the South, or y'all try?
All over. I say probably about 80% of our tournaments are here in Atlanta, and then we got about a good 20% that are either in the Carolinas or in Florida. And we got about 10% that might be as north as Ohio, Indiana, and might be as far west as Seattle. So, because with each event we do, we kind of expose ourselves to where now we'll get teams and groups that might not be in this area, kind of want a broadcast the way we do. So that's been cool.
you say you also do podcasts. What kind of podcasts are
I
you?
don't do one regularly. Like normally, we'll have clients that have us record their podcast. So it's something I can do. I don't do a regular one because I don't really have time to commit to it and do it right. But I always encourage people that want to commentate to start off doing that because one, it'll get them used to being able to articulate on air. And to me, it's much easier. It's much less baptism by fire than just throwing them on a webcast. I was telling an intern last week, he just wanted to jump right on the mic. And I was like, I got to be able to see what you can do and how comfortable you are because I've had guys that have coached for 15 years, played overseas ball for 10 years, know the game in and out. And for some reason, you'll get them on a mic and it'll just overcomplicate everything to where they can barely talk. Because the difference is now they have to actually talk over the airwaves. So, and even them, they'll get a little bit more comfortable with time. But I just say all that to say it's not as easy as just plug and play. Now for some people it is, but the average person, it has to be some sort of slow but sure interest into it.
Because I was talking to some of my people and had an idea of doing a podcast. I just didn't know how to start off, and I know I don't have the equipment of doing so. But I already had an idea on what we wanted to do.
All right, well, I got some basic gear you can use to do it. So yeah, let's definitely talk on that.
So you broadcast, you have broadcast some games in Savannah in the past?
What'd you say?
So you broadcast some games in Savannah in the past?
I did. This last time I did a Savannah game. I did a basketball tournament like in the Hinesville area about a year ago.
Okay.
I haven't really done as much in Savannah just because from what I've experienced with the high school basketball market there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's only like 2 good teams. That's it. Everything else is under par.
And some places like that are good because they need the streaming for the exposure part of it. But sometimes I can cripple them too.
Just put me on the list tomorrow, man. Monday.
Oh,
Brian. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Brian.
All right.
I'll email you. I'm sitting in the fucking. I film for Tucker. I'm sitting in their hospitality in Alaska. He come in smiling and shit. Sit down with my goddamn table. Hey man, you won't come to my events no more. So I ain't say nothing to him. He's like, no, because he ain't got nothing good to say. I said, no. Yeah, so I'm just sitting there. He hand me a prize, man. You should come and that shit. So I look at the list of teams on there. That's what I'm looking at anyway, because I film for Tucker. So send me an email for me to begin. I said, high school, I don't send out media. I'm at GSA pass. Right. So I don't do that. He said, yeah, okay. I come up in here, no media allowed. So I go to him, because he already invited me out. Plus got GSA pass.
This is being broadcast on
This
YouTube.
ain't no GSA pass. YouTube.
Yeah.
I've been working for 7 years.
Um,
This ain't no pass. How do you get? If I told someone to go on the internet,
Yes, sir.
what
It's
do you do?
I'll write down the web
Yeah,
address
if you
for
could
you.
do that. You guys gonna be here all? You're gonna be here Monday as well.
On Monday, we'll just be doing the 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. championship game. Just matter, man. All right, sir. It's the SUVTV.com.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
And this nigga put a flyer in my hand asking me to come out.
I didn't told you about that. I think there's some in there, dude, that makes it run everybody off. I've been trying to roll it on the flag. I basically, I got Metro PCS on there, but it's expensive this year. And even in dealing with that, it's like, there's some in here that just don't think things are school. We always got to get it. It has to be. You know what I'm saying? Always. And I don't get it. That's why no media wants to show some stuff now, man.
I didn't know he had
Hey.
a big stick.
Yo, we got one more game that's supposed to be starting at 9. But we're doing a game right now, but it's being delayed because the players got
They started bragging about how he checked court game that made them pay to
get
get
this game up until the
Why is that funny?
gets off the court.
Like, dang, I mean, like, I know they do, but damn.
Right. And that's how
But it's supposed to be another game at 9.
He said,
So
I know
that'll be
what's going on.
done around 10:30.
What's going on around?
The guy that I'm working with said he lives in Stone Mountain, so he has no problem giving me a ride.
Sunday media and get in the game. That's what's going on. That's that pimp
Huh?
game that I ain't falling for.
Everything's
Yeah.
like conspiracy theory. And then the thing is, it's like the guys that you give the
What'd you
hardest
say?
time, you know they're media. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you
Yeah, I'm
talking
alright
about?
with that.
Stop talking about Cedric credentials. You have 3 media members at your stuff at home.
Alright.
You talking about Cedric credentials.
Why? You don't have no media
Right,
presence.
right.
I don't know who
Yeah,
the
he said he
players
lives in
are.
Stone Mountain as well. He said he's going that way as well.
I bet you I can walk up on the city farm with a business card on the walk up and talk to them
What'd
right
you say?
away and let me in.
At the end of the day, they realize, dude, media helps.
The same person.
It's like
The
you
same
like we
person.
talk about, man. Super Bowl got everything from Telemundo to US Weekly there.
Yeah, he
More media
saw my
than that.
resume. He saw everything. Yeah.
I can't even find. I type in the name of his term and don't show up.
What'd you say?
I got to type in the exact web address. You could
Right,
misspell my motherfucker. My shit still pull up.
Right, Google be like, man, your search is not returning any results.
Hey, just how I need to stay away from it. Because I'm going to be ignorant.
Alright.
Like, every time I say I'm going to go in the other direction.
He'll
The
make,
whole time.
he'll make it like that. 'Cause I done finally got to the point where I just start feeling like whatever, dog. Like, I became that, like, dog, look, don't say shit else to me, dog. I'm tired of trying to help your ass. Nigga, I've been helping your event since back in the IHI days when I was getting you $300, $400, $500 an event. For an event that really wasn't even worth it.
Nope. Yeah, I've been promoting it. That's what I stopped. Then, back in the day, he asked me to do some free promotion for him. I ain't even charging. He come to me again. I told Horace.
Right. Right. Right.
I got you. I got your number. And I need my money up front. How about it? So he asked me, and he asked me what I thought about it. The one long time that you had me. Yeah. Oh, that shows us somebody that shows probably not everybody. Ain't the case, man. That ain't the case.
Actually show it.
Cooley said, Cooley already called up one of the coaches on the team, told him to put him in the list to get out of here. ain't coming this way anyway. It's equipment around.
Oh, that's the number one thing that makes somebody go around state. You can have a Georgia dome. Set some equipment up.
Yeah, there's magnet to it. They be all by the legs standing here. I'm like, dude, man, I got equipment here. You got it hooked up from the HDMI.
Yeah, got a little HDMI. Hey, man, I ain't finna get home from there at midnight. These things gotta be up.
Man, if I ain't had to come, I would not even be here. I keep forgetting to tell the Tucker coaches. They be mad, they be losing, so they be mad, they be gone, they don't want to talk. I keep telling them, put me on that damn list, man.
I saw it. I mean, Lithonia was a little better than I thought. So I was like, man, they gonna see Lithonia.
I saw you yesterday. I mean, I thought he kicked you out yesterday. I saw you going to the car.
I was just here to make sure Metro PCS got set up okay.
Oh, God.
And I got the other one. But, I'm good, man. Appreciate it, bro. I got the other one.
Man, this is how bad I am. When I get on Twitter, I'll attach it to the Twitter. I say all media don't go into it. I'm like, here we go.
Right, and it'd be easy.
Yep.
We stick together, man. We in all these gyms together, dog. Man,
I'll never see him.
you can't you gotta ask that because he comes, man. You doing this event, why don't you do my event? Like, dog, I'm not doing nothing free no more, dog. Either I get a sponsor that's gonna pay or the event gotta pay. I'm not doing nothing. So it is what it is. It don't come up to me to rise and get another event while I'm getting set. Dog, I went off, dog.
I got a business number.
Dog, I was at Wheeler setting up. Dog, I went off. I took my time just to go off this thing, dog. Like, dog, don't call me
Oh, he
that.
fucking with you at Willis.
Yeah, he was like, I know you over at Wheeler today, man, but why you always seem like you're going to fight? I'm like, dog, it ain't black, it ain't white, dog. It's business, dog. Our plain and simple, man. That shit ain't free. And then I knew it. Because I always been Memphis a couple years back. It was 1 year up in Memphis where I said, I ain't giving you no money for my I can't do it this year. And he said, you know what, I don't want to stream. And I was like, dog, I supposed to know back at Mount Zion. 1 year I ain't come up with no money. You ain't even let me stream. So don't say shit to me about not helping your event.
Then I said, technically, I told him, I ain't gonna play this hard, but I can report you. Now I said, since you did event, you can let me in. I told the girl, this is a private event. I said, no, it's not. No, it's not. None of these high school teams can play in a private event. Yeah, you see how long she was playing there?
Your event is like hey, her parents want to, you can be done.
Hey, I ain't gonna quote you, but the more you talk, that's gonna put it on Twitter. I'm gonna have a rave review about this event. I'm gonna attach you to it.
Right, but I throw you on for Monday, bro.
And welcome back here to the Lions Den. I'm Marcus Burnett here on SUV TV as we are about ready to resume play. Michaela Benefield has been helped off of the court. So a sigh of relief for everybody, as you know, while everybody's not sure exactly what happened in the collision. She did look to be in good spirits as she left with EMS here on site. So prayers and thoughts out to her and her family as we get back to the game. Anrielle Howard knocking down those free throws to make it 49-55 in favor of Westlake. That three-pointer off the mark by Alexander, working hard on the glass. There was Draper. She misses. Howard comes away with the rebound, and it's a 6-point game here. Cooper weaving through, showing that stability she's been able to use for Westlake here in this second half. Now the Lions are going to just kind of spread it out, milk the clock. Chance Cherry going to be called for the foul. Coach Kathleen Ritchie-Walden wanted them to foul about 20 seconds ago. She tells her players, what are you guys waiting on? But not making any excuses for the team. When you have a a teammate go down, and you kind of shift those thoughts from basketball to really that individual. So it might take a little bit of time to really kind of get back focused on that game. Not an excuse for Southwest Dekalb, but just the reality. That happens anytime you're part of a team. Care about those individuals you play with. As Cooper knocks down that other free throw. It's an 8-point game, under 30 seconds left to play. Three-pointer off the mark. Another foul is going to send us back to the free throw line. Just to do a quick game synopsis, it was a game where we saw Westlake really take off early on. A big reason was due to the play of number 50, Anrielle Howard, who made plays from the get-go. She had a double-double before halftime it even started, making plays inside as well as running the floor and being able to score. Westlake did a good job of feeding it into Howard early and often. But it was Southwest Dekalb that really was able to kind of stay in the game and even pull it to as close to 4 points at some point here in the second half. And just when they got to within 4 and looked like they might erase that deficit and tie this game, it was the consistent play of Anrielle Howard as well as Francesca Brown, who was able to pick up the pieces anywhere where Howard wasn't able to close the gap. Which didn't really happen too often, but you can imagine those two working in tandem on the inside. Also solid play from number 5, Angel Cooper, and Marissa Cantrell from the guard spots for Westlake. They responded every time they needed to throughout this game. It's 49-58, and be sure to stick with us after this game, as it will be the boys basketball team of Westlake taking on Tri-Cities in the nightcap here at day 2 of the Peach State Classic. So stick with us for that one as well. In and out on the three-pointer is Hosengrove. So 49-59. Another three-pointer. Here's Porter. Porter gets it to go. It's Porter's timely three-point shooting in the first half to help keep SWD in the hunt, even when it looked like Westlake was really going to totally run away with it. But strikes from the three-point line too few and far between for SWD in this one. As number 5 goes to the line with .5 left on the clock. Cooper in and out on the first. Coach Hilda Hankerson looks on. Going to pick up the W. Got to give Coach maybe some points for kicks of the day. Got the blue and white Chuck Taylors on. As that is going to do it. It is a 52-59 victory in favor of Westlake here from the Peach State Classic. Signing off here on SUV TV. Be sure to stick with us. Up next, Westlake boys versus Tri-Cities.